everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 630. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
And Mako-chan is off tonight. Like I said, she's taking a bit of time off to handle some things. She will pop on some episodes here and there, but other than that, she's handling some things. Don't worry, she'll be fine. And when the time is right, she will discuss what's been up. So it's all good in the hood. So we're one big, happy, dysfunctional family, one way or another. Anywho, let's kind of get the show on the road tonight. So how is everybody doing tonight?
Well enough, I guess.
I'm in the middle of both of those camps, so you know it is what it is. So, and I really need to get like a little like webcam stand, not a stand, but like a little tripod to go behind the monitor. For those of you who are listening to the show, I actually have a monitor light on top of my monitor, whereas because of that my webcam is all the way to the side, so I have to kind of turn my head to kind of look in order to focus on y'all, and sometimes I actually forget, so I have to like turn my chair to kind of set that up. And I did that because my desk lamp here, I kind of needed something for better light, so that's why I have that there. So I'm thinking about getting like a little tripod to go behind so it'll be focused. So we'll see. I actually have one of these lights at work because now, for the most part, when we're having meetings with my boss, he doesn't care if we're on camera or not. But when there's like three or four important meetings that we have every week where we either have to be on camera or not. Meaning it's just a black space with your name or your profile image, or you're actually on camera. It's one of those. And for the most part, I don't mind being on camera because half the time I'm rotating through my photos from Japan, and some people are actually asking, when did you go, and all that craziness. So it's kind of cool. So, anywho, we're live tonight, week of April 23rd, 2024, right here on Twitch TV. Yeah. You can always find us here from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And you can always find them at Twitch TV/Vog Network for the streaming shows. They kick things off at 8 p.m. with the Bobby Blackwolf Show on Sundays, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And we kind of bring it on home Tuesdays with Anime Jam Session. And you can also, again, find them at vognetwork.com. And we also have a Discord. You can find us at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel. So come through, hang out, talk to us. And if you hear some cool articles or stories, post a link. It may end up on the show roll. You never know. So now that we got out the way, we're going to kick things going with how was your week? How was your day? Ari.
Well, the paycheck came and went, mostly due to paying rent.
I know that feeling.
But this past week at work, I've just been staring at my banking app on my phone in anticipation because the employees just got a new union contract.
Yeah.
With the Turnpike, and among the things we were getting is retro pay for that goes back a couple of years.
Ooh.
And another thing is there's this new system in play now where not only if we have to travel for work, we not only get miles to and from one plaza to the other, we also get travel time. Like the travel time is overtime, and there's there's a little chart for it. If you're like, it starts like half an hour, and then like half an hour overtime, depending on the miles. It goes all
Yeah.
the way up to 3 hours.
Okay. Well,
But
that's kind of cool.
let's just say, unless I'm being doubled up with someone at my home interchange, which means I'm just the second one there, and I don't do as much as I would normally by myself. It means I'm getting paid not only miles but overtime just to go to work, which is Barry, you okay over there?
I'm good. I think it should. Okay, I was gonna say I was trying to give thumbs up, but I think I'm a little offset today.
It's more instead of giving.
Punch off one of your horns.
No, it looks like
I know. I'm good. I'm good. I was trying to give thumbs up, but I think I need to adjust something. But it's fine. It's fine.
I thought you were stroking your horn. I'm just like, now's not the time, Barry. This is not the time.
God, it's not like that. I'm say so, Ranma. What the heck?
But other than that, I had to take off today to go to my doctor to get get a follow up on the new heart blood pressure meds he put me on.
Okay.
The only problem with all of that is that the appointment was about 12:30, and that's the time I had to be there, and I didn't see him until like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and it's not that big of an office. There weren't that many customers ahead of me, and I'm just like the patient, like my dwindling patience tends to raise the blood pressure a little bit.
Gotcha.
And well, if like the as far as work is concerned, the retro pay didn't come this check, but maybe the next one or the one after that. So I'm just waiting for it to hit, because I would like to use what I assume is going to be a very generous amount of back pay to hopefully use towards getting a house.
I would also recommend, depending on how much it is, like if you have any credit card bills, knock them down, and then.
Oh, I only have like one left to.
Okay, good for you.
Fully finish off, and it's for the new bedroom set that I bought.
Okay. There you go.
Well before the no interest until however the hell long it is.
Yep. And as Pod Culture says, home ownership isn't all it's cracked up to be. And
but
Barry
living in a
agreed.
shitty one apartment isn't too keen either.
No, and I totally get that. Like, I've discussed some of my woes here. You have to understand, in this quote-unquote rental apartment that I am in this house, if there's any issues with the house, I can't go to the landlord. I have to go to the upstairs neighbors because of the terms of the lease, and they have to find like people to do repairs and stuff like that. Like when I had to buy a new refrigerator because we brought the old fridge from my old apartment here, I either had to pay to get it fixed or buy a new one. And I just said, screw it. I dropped like about $400 and bought a new refrigerator off of from Best Buy. I think I've had it for like 5 years and it's still going strong. So
not bad. But still, home ownership is something I thought I would have in my life, decade plus ago. But God forbid I do everything I was told to do as a kid, only to be told, yeah, that shit doesn't work anymore. Everything's being changed. You just you've wasted the last 20 some odd years of your life. And it's just like, I want my bread, salt, and wine, motherfuckers.
And Pod Culture says, while owning my double wide is great, I have to fix everything versus calling the landlord. I will say this. The last time I seen double wides is like, you've probably seen this too. And it's probably not even a double wide. It's like when you go to some of the schools and you see like the large...
Those trailers.
Yes.
They use auxiliary classrooms.
Yeah. I would not mind one of those trailers. If you can insulate it and give me a few windows, I will put it on some property. I will gladly live in there.
I mean, yeah, it'd be a pain in the ass having to, do my own yard work and whatnot on the place, but like one of the places I saw recently towards like next to me, it had a really nice bathroom in it.
Well, that's good.
Got a very nice high tech, shower panel, like multiple because it was like recently renovated.
Yeah.
Nice jets, a nice little hose that comes off, and like, I mean, it's only a 2-1, but it's just me for now. So
I will say this: when I get my own house, place, or whatever, or even in my new apartment, which I'll get into that story in just a bit, there are 2 things I plan to put in. One, a bidet. I discover how lovely they are when I was in Japan. I absolutely love those.
You got turn on it.
Yes. Yes. And number 2.
And think of all the paper you'll be saving.
Yeah. Which in turn will go towards the water bill, but that's neither here nor there. And number 2. The first hotel I was in, the shower was basically a ceiling style. So the shower head was basically
a nice
above.
waterfall shower.
Yes.
Sweet.
That I do. I plan on. That's the only 2 things I want in my shower, and that's it. That's all.
Or do the silent contemplation thing where you're just looking up at the rain like that.
The anime protagonist energy one.
No, that's
like,
no.
Okay.
No. There is no.
The thing I like about Japanese showers is that the whole restroom is washable. So like you can spray down the whole space, and it's not a whole rigmarole. Like you don't have to have a whole setup for like cleaning supplies and stuff. You can just spray down the whole area. I think that's something that I do miss about Japanese restrooms and stuff like that, is because like showers especially, you can just wash down the whole room, and then the whole room can also work as like a dryer or a steamer for your clothes, which I thought was really cool the last time I was there.
All right, you got to get me more into that in just a bit. But as for the antagonist, with the rain coming down like that, I'm there in the shower feeling like Vegeta. Like, yes, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. There's a meme. It's like there's a 2-pack meme where it shows Goku pointing, going, Vegeta, do you see this shit? And then it shows Vegeta staring outward, going, yes, Kakarot, I see this.
You mean
shit.
Like these?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The sadness.
Oh,
for those of
you went grayscale all of a sudden.
For those of you who
there's some rain overlay, but it might be hard to see on this background.
For those of you who are listening to the show, listening to the podcast, Barry went black and white, and they did the whole Vegeta type pose with rain falling on them. So
yeah, the rain against my face. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how things have been going for me. It could be better.
All right, Barry, how was your week? How was your day? How was your month? How the hell have you been?
Yeah, it's been a little while. I have been okay. I took a little bit of a break from streaming. Mental health is important, y'all. Basically, I've been teaching myself all the programming and stuff like that. So, for those that don't know, I'm a VTuber. If you're listening. So I have an avatar that I call my presence, and I program her myself, and I designed her myself and all that stuff. But basically I've been learning a lot about how to program myself, and doing a lot of self-teaching and introspection and things like that to investigate how to use things like Unity, and programs that I'm not as versed in. So I've been pretty excited about it, and it's been a lot to learn, but that's kind of been what I've been putting most of my energy into as of recent. I've started to get back into sewing. I really got into Frieren, and I really got into Delicious in Dungeon, and I really got into a bunch of other stuff, series, Shangri-La Frontier, and a few other adventure anime, MMO inspired anime. And I was just really excited about them. So obviously I'm going to be making a Frieren cosplay. A lot of it is because a lot of my MMO friends have said, since my hair is purple, that cosplaying Fern would be cheating.
No, here's the thing. I have watched all of Frieren from start to finish. Even though it came in late into 2023 for me. And I don't watch a lot of anime every year. I watch about no more than 10 titles a year.
Yeah.
Frieren is my 2023 anime of the year, right off the bat.
It's so good. It's so good.
I will say this. If you are into Dungeons & Dragons, if you've played Baldur's Gate, you need to watch Frieren. It's right up your alley.
And
now,
I think
here's
a lot of it too. Yeah, go ahead, Rama.
Now, here's the thing. I can't see you as Fern. It's, I can, but at the same time, I can't. And it's not because of the hair. It's because of how well I know you. It's like you can be one track minded when it comes to certain things. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because that's how Fern is. Fern is loyal, one track minded, but also on the other side, Barry, you're very chill, lackadaisical. You would look at.
Are you saying I'm like Frieren? Hello? What?
Yes. Yes. You are very chill, lackadaisical, and I can see you in a way where if some outlandish shit's going on, you're just like, you would just shrug and be like, okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I can definitely see that.
That's the thing I love about Frieren. No matter how fucked up the situation is or how bad the fights are,
super chill about it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like I'm not saying she smoked some of the good grass.
No, it's just been there. It's been
okay.
like thousands of years for her that she's just like, no, the kids are at it again. I swear to God, again.
Or
it's very.
Or it's like this. We've all had this situation, and probably some of the people who are listening and watching right now, where some outlandish thing happens and you simply don't budge because you've been there. You're not surprised.
You've just gone numb to the pain.
It's not even that you've gone numb. It's
Are you guys
just
calling me emo? What the heck?
No.
I'm just like,
I know.
No, Frieren doesn't get numb. It's like, oh, okay. That's how she is. She's like, all right. It's just.
I could be looking at my phone. It's happening like barely.
Oh, and thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub, Anonymous. Appreciate you. So
yes,
get them that sub to 15 Tabby Cat here on twitch.tv/Anime Session.
Yeah. That's basically how Frieren is. So I'm just saying I could see both sides of that.
Yeah. So I mean, and I'm kind of joking. Like obviously I'm gonna make Fern. I have both costumes drafted already, but I also have a bunch of costumes and projects on my workbench. So obviously, and then there's a convention happening next weekend that I did not know was happening. So if you're going to SuperCon in Virginia, I might be there, depending. We'll see. We'll see. It was super last minute.
Well, speaking of cosplays, I'll get into my Geek Roundtable. I may have to throw something your way again. And I know we talked about other things, but yeah. Anywho, so anything else you need to cover, Barry?
No, that's kind of been what's going on the last few months. So, I hope everybody's doing well. Make sure to hydrate and all that fun stuff. So if you haven't been and you're listening in, hydrate. This is your reminder.
All right. So my weekend day has been the usual. So in case you have missed the notice, I am in the process of finding a new apartment, and it's been hell. Evidently, I have friends who are sending me links from Instagram and TikTok, and I'm like, please don't. These are all scams. Because they're going to tell you, you're going to go to the person who's advertising it to message them on WhatsApp, Telegram, whatever, and they're not going to get back to you. It's just there. They're not real estate agents. They're just influencers trying to earn a quick buck. Secondly,
or even more nefarious is you wake up in a shady motel and you have parts of your body missing.
Also, on top of that, I've been going through Facebook Marketplace for a place, and I found a scammer. So what this person is doing is asking other people to put these ads up for apartments, and this person wants you to fill out this form, and then send you and pay $70 fee for the application fee. And I told this person I will do
what?
Let me finish. And I told this person I will do PayPal. The person goes, sure. Send it as friends and family. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. No, I will fill out the form. If the fee was like $20, I will give you $20, but I'm not giving you $70. So I have messaged 3 different places, and all the intro text messages have been the same, and the outro has been the same. I'm just like, are you kidding me? This guy is scamming. I will say I did come across a couple I asked about, and they said it was already rented. That's cool. That's fine. And I know one that I got a response from. I didn't follow because it just smelled like a scam. I mean, rents in New York City is out of control. I mean, if I was making closer, well, if I was closer to 80K, much closer to that, I could pick up a any apartment, one bedroom or a studio and call it a day. I'm not there yet. I'm slowly getting there. I need time to get there. So, thankfully, the landlord of this place and the neighbor next door is helping me. I have not heard back, but we'll see how that goes. I think everything is going to work out. Worst case scenario, I'm just like, look, I'm gonna be here for another month. Here's like $500-600. Here, just take that. Let me, because I'm like, I ain't trying to be a squatter, but I will stay here until I find a place. That's all it is. I ordered boxes, and I'm gonna be packing stuff up. That way, if they happen to come over and want to see if I'm actually like not ready to move, I'm show them all this stuff is packed, ready to go. All I gotta do is put it in the van and call it a damn day. That's all it is. Let's see what else is going on. I have a wedding coming up in a couple of weeks, and it's a Victorian style wedding. Not Victorian. Edwardian. It's an Edwardian themed wedding, and I got my tails coat and my vest. And I'm going to try that on later tonight to make sure it fits properly. Then I can start putting things together and packing it up. I've ordered new slacks for this. And I found out that Old Navy no longer carries my favorite pair of cargo pants.
That's unfortunate.
What's funny, it's interesting, is I can find them on Gap's website, because remember, Old Navy and Gap are the same company. But on Gap's website, they stop at a size 40. I'm like, you bastards. Because I realize I'm at a 42 right now, so I'm kind of happy about that. If I was at a 38 or a 40, I would not have cared. But anywho, there's that. Those clothes are coming, I think, in a couple of days. So I'll have that. And like I said, I'm slowly putting it all together. So, because this weekend is Castle Point and next weekend is the wedding. So the goal is to basically come back from Castle Point, unload all of that, and then just go to the wedding. Just have it all ready. I haven't decided if I'm going to like drop off my laundry and have that taken care of, because I know I'm going to be gone for like 2 weeks. But we'll see how that plays out. I'm kind of sort of watching wrestling again after Cody Rhodes became the champ, and I'm happy about that. So I end up ordering some shirts off of WWE.com. My Cody Rhodes shirt, I think, is arriving tomorrow. But what's interesting is, for those of you who are watching on the stream, I am wearing an Asuka shirt, the Empress of Tomorrow, and I'm walking around work wearing this. And one thing I like about my job is, yes, I'm in IT, but at my job, I don't have to wear shoes, slacks, and a collared shirt. I can come as I am. The only time I have to wear something like that if there's an important guest in the office or event that requires it, which I don't mind. So everybody's two people mistaken Asuka for Ari. Are you ready for this?
Who?
Akira.
As in the anime?
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I was a cross between that and feeling insulted. I'm just like, seriously?
Well, at the very least, they're I guess, somewhat familiar with the anime. But definitely feels like one of those outsiders looking in with only marginal knowledge about it.
But I get that, but still. Don't mind me. Evidently we have a spammer on here, and I'm just in the process of reporting it. So, viewers, go and report is submitted and blocked. Thank you, Ari. We got a 2-for-1 special for that one.
friggin' 3D that guy right out of our chat.
Kaboom! All right, enough about that. We're gonna get into some housekeeping notes right now. See if it's gonna flip over. Sweet. And don't forget, video podcasts are available on our YouTube page. This is perfect for those who don't subscribe to the channel and you want to check out much older episodes that we have available. YouTube.com/Anime Jam Session. Just click on podcasts and you'll see all the episodes there. Episodes are available Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, don't forget our second part 2 of our arc as our second con of our 2024 convention tour, Castle Point Anime Convention. It'll be me and Cinna Knight walking around having a good time. And I just realized I did not reach out to them about media passes. I should shoot them an email this year real quick and be like, why? But I'll do it. I'll pay whatever. It's not a big deal. But you definitely want to check out this small convention in Jersey. It's at the Secaucus Expo Center in the Meadowlands, other side of the Meadowlands, in Secaucus, New Jersey. It's this weekend, so come through, hang out, have a good time. There's some really good food places there, and there is a Walmart and a Stop and Shop if you want to grab groceries. Now we got that out of the way, we're going to get into Geek Roundtable, where we talk more about the geekier aspects of our lives. So, and what cool stuff we've been working on or been watching. So, Ari, what you got for Geek Roundtable?
Give me 1 second. The
No problem.
feed on the Twitch just crapped itself for a second. Okay. Well, yesterday I managed to finally get through my Lego build backlog, as I had finished. Careful. This is a UK telephone box.
Nice.
And and it opens up. There are 2 configurations you can put up in here. It has stickers for both the for a different kind of advertisements on it and the layout of the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted the first one I saw it because I didn't realize. Oh wait, you can put a different one in there. But anyway, it also has a little light.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. This is like the box itself is like 2/3 of the build.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it was this little cobblestone street with the fence, the big lantern, which is really wobbly and unsteady because that's just how the nature of it, and the 2 hanging planters off of it.
That does look nice. When I get into my new place, I'm probably gonna get a couple of Lego kits to assemble and put them on display.
Yeah, so I still have the wooden kits that Mako gave me.
Okay.
And I haven't touched them yet. But like I said before, the problem I have with these builds is when I do if and when I do end up moving, I don't know how I'm gonna transport these things, because like you saw how much that lamppost wobbled. Like,
well, this is what you do. You put it in a box and you just cover it with bubble wrap. Or you figure out how to disassemble it by parts and wrap it in bubble wrap. That's all.
I mean, yeah, like the lamp or whatever can be removed from the base and laid down on it, maybe I don't know, held on with tape or something. But needless to say, I won't be throwing these on the back of a truck.
Oh, that's something you would probably put in your car and travel with, which makes
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I'd have like that, the Tranquil Garden from last time, like anything with like lots of branches and like little thin things sticking out.
Which reminds me, like when I do my big move, Mako's probably going to help me where the TV and my desktop is going to be in her car as we go to the new location, because that's just like last time. At least this time, we're not strapping the mattress to the roof of her car.
Yeah, one of the arguments I saw for that is like, dude, you're in your 40s. Just hire movers. Your bros, like your friends won't be willing to slip a disc for some pizza and beer.
Well, there are still people in our 40s who still do that. Here's my thing. All of my stuff is just going to be boxed and ready to go. I just need someone to just carry these boxes and put it in. I will hire movers to move the heavy furniture, which is the dresser, the mattress, and the bed frame, which I believe can be broken down into parts. The drawers come out. So
Oh yeah, I know what you mean with that.
So anywho.
But yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah. Barry, what do you got for Geek Roundtable? Working on anything cool? Any cool stuff?
Well, honestly, actually, Ari, we're kind of twinsies. So I ended up getting a hold of a bonsai inspired off-brand Lego kit. So it's like ZOL or some off-brand Lego, but it's because it's tinier. Their selling point is that they're smaller.
Is it
and
Mega
some
Blocks?
of the Legos. I don't. It's called ZOL. I don't know if that's a brand or whatever it is, but they're solar reactive. So the cherry blossoms on the bonsai turn a little more pink in sunlight, but they're kind of like a white pink in person.
That actually sounds pretty cool. Do you have a link to that anywhere?
I will link you to it. It is off-brand Lego, so obviously, like I didn't realize at the time, but it's pretty cool. So we'll be building that tomorrow on the channel, and then I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've been working on. For those that don't know, I am traditionally a fashion designer. I have a what's called a bootstrap pattern, which is a company that makes like mannequins that you can sew. So this would be a base for like corsets or cosplay making and stuff like that, but it's more my size. So I've been working on it for a little while, and I picked it back up and started to work on it again. And then for this coming work, you got the Serenity from Firefly. That's sick. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a
I'm
nice
a little hunky.
That's
I'm a
nice
little persnickety about Tamu, but I ended up finding mine on, I think, Amazon or something, um but yeah, so I have started to work on my mannequin again so that I can have one that's more my size. And then I have been working on just some different projects. Honestly, getting back into sewing has been a little bit of a journey, but I think I am dealing with it a lot better now. So hopefully I'll get some stuff done.
That's good to hear.
Cool.
Mm.
All right, so Geek Roundtable for me is I am watching Hokkaido Girls are super adorable. I'm watching the dub of it, and honestly, I can't remember the last time I watched an anime that made me smile in almost every single episode. And I also like the fact that in the dub, everybody sounds like they're from Minnesota.
God, the Yooper dialect.
Because they're Hokkaido. That's why they're for up north. Don't you know? Okay. I've been catching up with 911 and 911 Lone Star, and I know there's been some slight controversy with 911, which is something that caught me off guard too. I kind of feel like what they did with that character was kind of pushed, but at the same time, I'm still gonna watch the show. It's all good, I'm one of those where if there are things that happen in the show with the character or whatever, I might not like the character development or the direction of the show, but if I'm still enjoying watching it, I will still continue to watch it. Simple as that. Let's see what else has been going on with me with that. I watched an episode of Cooking in a World with Skill anime, and I was like, nah, I didn't like that. I started on Kaiju number 8 just out of a whim, and that was actually really good. I'm really enjoying that. I jumped back into playing Double Dragon Rise of the Dragons, which is kind of a fun game, because I needed something to kind of take my mind off of what dealing with this whole move and this other shit, What I would like to do is sit down maybe Friday night, get into a couple of hours of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth before I go off to this convention, but we will see. And also, I have some more figurines here. Didn't I show off? I think I showed off Rem from ReZero last week, which in turn I have another one. And the funny thing is, the reason why I'm looking behind me, because for a split second there, I thought I had purchased the same figure twice, which I have done twice, and thankfully I sold them off, to people who wanted them. So here is another Rem figure, because Rem is best girl. It's Corfu Rem Renewal Edition, where she's wearing like a high-waisted kimono style dress, which is really nice. Yeah, here it is. If you see here, it's a like kimono style at the top, and then it's a high-waisted skirt. High-waisted skirt.
It's like what we call in Lolita, we call it Loli, because it's inspired by.
No.
Oh, no, it's not. No, that's illegal, Ari.
Sorry, it was right there.
That was so good. No, that was great. No, it's not. Oh my God!
I can't take y'all anywhere.
Funny. Oh God, okay. That was funny. No, but that's really that's really pretty. But yeah, Lolita. So it's inspired by fuku or like,
all right,
or kimono or any of that stuff. Traditional Japanese clothing. Yeah.
I mean, it is definitely. You're right. It is Waloli inspired, because the top is kimono and the rest is a straight up. It's a high waisted skirt.
Out of here, you better stop.
Waluigi. Well, here's something interesting.
So dumb.
Well, there was this meme floating around that said SJWs. It stands for Smooth Jazz Waluigis, and it shows a bunch of Waluigis playing jazz, on a saxophone.
Oh yeah, like it's Waluigi and Daisy dressed up in ska gear and ska fashion, and the caption says,
"Rock it though." He pulls off that stuff all the time.
I have not seen the ska one. I have not seen that one.
Great, I've broken both of you. And
that was too funny.
I guess this will be. I guess I'll have to clip this and post it on our Facebook page. if I remember to do so.
No, it's so funny. Yeah.
All right. Now that we got that out the way, we are going to get into our first story of the night, where it's about a piracy site forced to pay big time.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to talk about it real quick. And it's a major manga piracy site. Again, I understand why people pirate. Half the time, people pirate because they can get away with it. We'll just leave it at that. But as per the article here off of CBR.com, which is Comic Book Report, I believe, and I think we might have discussed this previously on an episode of the show, but I don't remember fully. We're going to talk about this site called Mangamura. They have been forced to pay the largest amount in damages in Japanese history following a verdict from 5 days ago. They have to pay 1.7 billion yen, or approximately $11 million, following a lawsuit by Shogakukan, Kadokawa, and Shueisha. Nikkei reported that the Tokyo District Court handed down the order on April 8th, with Shogakukan reporting that this is the largest compensation ever awarded over damages caused by a piracy site. The site started back in 2016, and Mangamura at its peak had over 537 million accesses, 70,000 volumes of manga, and an estimated damage of 320 billion yen by the time it was shut down in April 2018. Wow. The publishers issued a joint statement saying, "To protect our works, we will continue to take all possible measures against infringement." Mangamura's operators responded with the verdict, "I asked for a fair judgment, but I am disappointed that the judgment ignored the evidence." He claims he has no money and is considered requesting a retrial. He was previously sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2021 of June. Wow. Basically, Mangamura was found to be uploading the mangas to the site manually, as well as connecting to third-party servers that illegally hosted the scanlations. The court dismissed the argument that it could not be held liable for piracy caused by third parties. Well, if you're the one putting it up there, you are kind of on the hook for it. The now shut down site, Takeyomi, operated similarly, avoiding legal action by Kakao Entertainment by blocking all third-party connections and ceasing development. Makes sense. Now, Japan's zero tolerance of piracy has seen domestic manga drop nearly 2/3 from 1.1 over 1 trillion yen in 2021 to 381 billion in 2023. While Japan led its first ever prosecution of overseas manga piracy site this year, piracy trends on the rise outside Japan's borders. Nikkei added the overseas video and publishing piracy increased fivefold from 2021 to 2022. The ability to conceal where a piracy server is being operated makes its prosecution its operators difficult. This was seen again when the world's biggest piracy site, AniWatch, quickly moved to another site following a blocking order in India. Cut one down, two will pop up. Just because you block most of Kiss Anime, that don't mean there are Kiss Anime splinter groups out there that are still running, you know? As piracy decreases in Japan, the country's anti-piracy group, CODA, continues to work with its partners in the U.S. to curb piracy, recently signing a contract extension with the MPA. The renewal will see both parties develop new remedies for the problem of online copyright infringement worldwide and strengthen joint copyright protections activities. Look, I will say this. You want to reduce piracy in various countries? Make the manga at a price that people will want to pay. You know, that's all. Just bring it down a few dollars. That's all. You might lose money in the beginning, but in the long run, if people are buying it dirt cheap, you'll make the money back. That's all it is. But again, I do understand why people do it. But that's, again, we can go into a whole lot of other things. So, you know, so enough about that. We're going to get into our next story, kicking it over to Ari about Yuri on Ice.
Okay, so the official website and accounts for the Yuri on Ice anime announced today that the previously announced movie Yuri on Ice, the movie Ice Adolescence, has canceled production. The notice was also posted on the anime movie's website. In a statement from Yuri on Ice Project and MAPPA, the group said the production committee and staff have been in constant discussions to create and deliver a movie, but due to various circumstances, we had to make the difficult decision to stop production. And there's a release in both English and Japanese. Thank you very much for always supporting Yuri on Ice. Regarding the postponed release of the Ice Adolescence, we've come to the decision to unfortunately cancel its production. We deeply apologize for not being able to meet the expectations of all those who have been wanting and have continued to support us throughout the years. Yep. And let's see. Oh, yeah. The original Yuri on Ice TV anime aired from October to December 2016. Sayo Yamamoto directed and wrote the series at MAPPA, with Mitsuru Kubo writing the scripts, Tadashi Hiramitsu drawing the character designs, Taro Umabayashi and Taku Matsushiba composing the music, and Kenji Miyamoto choreographing the figure skating. This movie was announced all the way back in April 2017. And that's quite a bit of development hell.
Yeah. Yeah, and now people are kind of mad about it because it's one of MAPPA's most successful titles, and the movie's getting shelved. And I'm just like, you know what? I ain't getting into that argument. No.
Yeah, it feels like a real can of worms.
Well, it's not like they made the whole movie and decided to shelve it for tax purposes. I don't know where that ever came from. Don't know where that came from. All right, moving right along, we're going to get into our next story about Frieren, and that it's getting an escape room, which I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I think it's really cool.
No offense to escape rooms, but I didn't even know they were still a thing.
Well, escape rooms...
They're still pretty popular. I mean, there's still companies that do them,
yeah,
so...
I mean, escape rooms in Japan are still popular as fuck all, which is cool. Here in the States, not as much. I think Scrap Brain closed up their U.S. division, but there are still escape rooms, but they're not as
I
intricate
think
as they
they're
used to be.
more intertwined with places like laser tag or arcades and stuff like
Yeah.
that, rather than being like one-off. Or if they are in a specific place, they're more like a tourist destination
Yeah, I know.
than they are
I've heard
like
two,
a one-off.
running jokes about escape rooms. One is
Mm-hmm.
like, I am the master of getting out of escape rooms. Turns out having a massive panic attack while you're in there really does wonders.
Mhm.
And the other
Well,
one is,
I
and the
mean,
other
that's
one
one
is,
way.
yeah, I just had like a whole shitload of Taco Bell before coming in. We're escaping one way or another.
Oh God.
Well, hopefully you won't have to resort to that in this one. So if you have enjoyed Frieren Beyond Journey's End, the anime inspired a magical escape room experience. Frieren, I wonder if we're going to get it in the States. I'll have to look into this. But basically, Frieren may be one of the most powerful mages her world has ever seen, but she'll need help from time to time. And this summer, she needs help from you. The Real Escape Game Company, which has staged numerous anime-inspired immersive experiences, welcomes fans to its first ever free-run Beyond Journey's End escape room this summer. Titled Escape from the Thousand-Year Dream, this event will send attendees into a dream world where, hey, that's my neck of the woods.
There you go.
Where Frieren is currently trapped by demons. Okay, guys, it wasn't me. I promise. I didn't do anything at all. I'm not part of this. Okay. Work with Frieren, Fern, and Stark to solve puzzles and obtain a grimoire that can only be found in the world of dreams. Otherwise, Frieren won't wake up. And that's not just because she prefers a lion. The event will include newly recorded lines from the cast of the anime, guiding attendees through their journey. Oh, that's kind of neat. I like that idea. Tickets go on sale April 20th for members of the official Scrap fan club and on April 27th to the general public. In addition to the standard ticket sales, there will be a deluxe package including a pin badge and a glass with a temperature-sensitive design. To anyone who buys their ticket before opening day, they will get an adorable sticker of Frieren going through her little suitcase of holding, which is always so fun. The escape room will be held in 3 venues across Japan. So if you're in the States, boo-hoo, right?
Yeah.
Tokyo, Okayama, and Osaka will be holding and hosting all these escape rooms. So while the immersive experience may be far away, you can still watch all of Beyond Journey's End on Crunchyroll, obviously. But yeah, it kind of makes me a little sad that we in the States don't really get a handle on a lot of these experiences. But hopefully, maybe in the future, if it's popular enough.
Well, a few years ago, we did have an official one, the Attack on Titan one, out in Staten Island.
Yeah.
And it sold out just like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to go there, you'd have to, go to Staten Island.
True.
Is that? I'm guessing that's not ideal.
Nah, it really isn't.
Ask the New Yorker here how he feels about Staten Island.
I feel the same way as I feel about Jersey. Nobody goes there willingly.
With Jersey, maybe.
Let's see. What do we have here? Pod Culture says that they made. I think he said they made one in the mall here. Something like that. He says one in the malls.
It's called the Apple Store.
Yep.
Objective: leave without spending a zillion bucks.
Oh, that's that ain't hard.
For that
that ain't hard. That's not hard. I can walk in and out because there is nothing, and there is nothing in the Apple Store that I would ever want. There is absolutely nothing.
Yes, you wouldn't be included in that sample size. You've got a bias against it, so.
See, but could you imagine a mall as an escape room called Survive Friday Night? I
thought that was called Dead Rising.
Well, that too. I'm just saying, you're stuck in the mall on a Friday night. You got to avoid people you went to school and all this other stuff just to have a semi-decent night, Mall rats as an escape room, okay? There you go.
I would actually pay money for that.
Same.
I'm fairly certain if Mako-chan heard that phrase, there would be just an after image left of her as a trail of fire shoots out from where she was to where it is.
Actually, no. She'd be standing there dressed as Silent Bob holding a bag of Doritos.
Well, that too.
Yeah. And Cedar Beer says, people go to Jersey for gas.
it's a lot cheaper than in the city, so that's not incorrect.
And Pod Culture says the View Askew escape room experience. I'm about that. See, next up, we're going to talk about Spy Family. The new, it looks like they're going to have some merch. And it look and the merch here is a lot better than the popcorn bucket that you get from when seeing the movie Doom.
I don't know. People have been really interested in the Dune popcorn bucket.
Have you seen the Deadpool and Wolverine version?
Yes, I have. I can't unsee it.
I might have to see that opening weekend just to get the bucket from Mako. Anywho. It's on you, Ari.
Oh, whoops.
Yep.
Where is it? All right. Let's see. Spy Family fans in the U.S., aside from watching Spy Family Code White, you have another side mission to accomplish. Get yourself a Spy Family Code White collectible drink cup or popcorn bucket in select AMC theaters. The collectible drink cup and popcorn bucket are priced at $11.99 and $14.99 respectively. What? Holy shit.
I mean, not for nothing. I have a collectible popcorn bucket that I bought off of Amazon for my microwave popcorn. I'm kind of pissed I got a Disney one that I ordered and it never came. Fucking UPS, fucking Postal Service. Anyhow.
I was not expecting. I know movie theater concessions are a friggin' arm and a leg.
Well, that's where they make the bulk of their money because there's very little profits on the tickets itself because they have to purchase or rent the movie to have it in the theater and pay it back. So, you know.
Anyhow, both are already on sale today, but be quick because these collectibles are only available for a limited time and while supplies last. Another mission is to get your movie tickets for screening until April 21st and receive a collectible artboard illustrated by the original manga creator Tatsuya Endo. Again, while supplies last. Sony Pictures and Crunchyroll opened the film in North America on April 19th. The film will screen in Japanese with English subtitles as well as an English dub. And there will be 1 week of IMAX showings.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with the collectible missions and enjoy the film. It's definitely going to be a waku experience.
And there's still a few theaters showing it, so that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I know I tried to get the popcorn bucket for the Super Mario Brothers movie, but it was gone in a heartbeat. And I was like, oh, well, it is what it is. It was a question block, so. Anywho, let's see. What else do we have here? Okay. I was actually thinking about going to this concert here because I saw the advertisement on Facebook and I was like, maybe I might just. And for the concert you might know, wondering I'm talking about, is YOASOBI. And for those of you who don't know who YOASOBI is, they did the opening to Oshinoko and also the opening to Gundam, The Witch from Mercury. So the group is doing 2 shows, August 6th in New York City at Radio City Music Hall and August 8th in Boston at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway. There's a pre-sale for Crunchyroll subscribers that kicks off on the 25th. General on sale starts on the 26th. So evidently they're going to be at Lollapalooza, which is really cool. Oh yeah, one more thing. They also do the opening theme from Frieren, which is really good. For those of you who I think opening themes. I don't know if it's the opening, but if it is, you probably heard it on our pre-show. Anywho, they're going to be at Lollapalooza in Chicago from August 1st to the 4th. Then after that, they'll be in New York City for the 6th and Boston on the 8th, which is kind of cool. YOASOBI includes composer Ayase and vocalist Ikura. They're coming off of a huge year that included their song Idol becoming #1 song of the year in the Billboard Japan Hot 100 chart. And for those of you who watch America's Got Talent this past season or the season before, Avant-Garde did a performance to Idol, and it was fucking amazing. Anywho, that made their U.S. It hit the Billboard Japan Hot 100 chart, and they made their U.S. debut last August at 88 Rising's Head in the Clouds Festival. YOASOBI also recently opened for Coldplay at the Tokyo Dome on back-to-back nights of their Music of the Spheres World Tour, and their Biri Biri song was released to celebrate the one-year anniversary of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that might get me to go to see Coldplay, but buy a Coldplay ticket, So I'm going to see when the general pre-sale opens up. I'm going to check tickets. And let me check. Actually, let me check my calendar. Let's see, August 6th. Of course. It's a Tuesday night. Maybe I might have to postpone the show just for this. Maybe. I might. We'll see. And what's really funny, probably by the time I decide to, probably all the good seats are probably already gone. But it is what it is, so that's fine. Right. And we have one more story for tonight before we get into Meanwhile in Japan, about one of our favorites, good guy Miyazaki.
So, if you haven't been paying attention to Time's 100 list, I know I haven't. However, maybe today I'll start. Hayao Miyazaki is made Time's annual list of most influential people, spanning categories ranging from artists to icons to titans, leaders, innovators, and pioneers. The annual Time 100 list that has Time magazine putting together profiles of the 100 of the most influential people in the world. Along with the nods are write-ups by other people of note. This year, esteemed Studio Ghibli director Hayao Miyazaki landed in the icons section of the list, complete with a personal piece of praise from director Guillermo why can't I say his name? Guillermo del Toro. Wow. Here's what Del Toro had to say about one of the most influential creators in the world. I discovered Hayao Miyazaki's toy animation films as a child. Films like The Wonderful World of Puss in Boots and series like Heidi and Marco, in which his styles and influence became increasingly identifiable. Encountering My Neighbor Totoro as an adult, my mind snapped back to those earlier works, and I recognized how much this man has shaped my childhood. Miyazaki's works provoke that rare emotion, the shiver of recognition of a type of beauty that is impossible in the real world and thus exists only in his films. Yet he is also a brutal realist regarding greed, war, and human rage. He knows that we shape and destroy the planet and that humans are the best and worst of our world. He is entirely genuine, a one-of-a-kind creator who exists fully in his art. He is the single most influential animation director in the history of the medium and one of my top 10 favorite storytellers in any audiovisual medium. The Boy and the Heron is a subtle masterpiece that exerts a gravitational pull, and many of us feel that pull intensely. This comes hot on the heels of the Cannes Film Festival awarding Studio Ghibli with the prestigious honorary Palme d'Or, marking the first time for the award to go to a group rather than an individual. The latest film from Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki, The Boy and the Heron, has seen many accolades of its own since its premiere in Japan on July 14th last year, and the movie won Best Animated Feature Film at the 96th Academy Awards on March 11th, Best Animations of the Year at the 47th Japanese Academy Film Prize Awards on March 8th, Best Animated Film at the British Academy Film Awards on February 18th, and Golden Globe for Best Animated Film on January 7th, among many others. Yeah, I think it's kind of neat. There's recognition for that, and it definitely reflects a lot of his influence. And I think not only on obviously Del Toro's childhood, but I would say mine as well. I grew up with a lot. Spirited Away, As the Wind Rises, those kind of things. The Cat Returns, all those movies definitely shaped a lot of my childhood.
That's good. You must be very happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta figure out how to. I should have rewrote it, the title a little bit better because it bled onto the next title.
Uh-oh.
No,
that happens.
yeah, like when I write it out, it goes over to the next line. I'm like, it can't be that bad, and I'm just like, oh, it kinda is. But
Shit happens.
yeah, I should have put Miyazaki Time Magazine 100 most influential and just left it right that.
But at the very least, just like scale on the font a little bit. Like, it's fine.
No, you can't scale the font on this. Yeah. That's already preset. Only thing I can do is reword it so it'll fit, And sometimes it's kind of hard to reword stuff, Okay, now we got that out the way, we're here for the part of the show that y'all like to stick around for. Meanwhile, in Japan, let's take a look here. You know what, Barry? You get first pick.
Oh, I get first pick?
Yes.
Okay, I will probably the last one is the best for me.
All right, what about you, Ari?
Sure, I'll take the first one.
And I'll take the second one. All right, let's get the ball rolling.
Japanese ramen restaurants are under pressure from new yen banknotes.
What?
Ramen's easy. Before you go for the shotguns and crucifixes thinking these turn of the 20th century figures have returned to zombie or vampire. Oh, whoops. Ramen's originally most enjoyable addition in Japan, but many restaurants that serve it can be a stressful nightmare of existential threats. I see they have also eaten at a ramen shop in a local mall in America. The newest such threats coming in the form of industrialist Eiichi Shibusawa and educator Umeko Suda. And it's because they're two of the faces that'll grace the new series of Japanese banknotes. There'll be a new circulation with revamped designs. It's well known that Japan is the land of vending machines, which means the change in the design of bills will also require an overhaul of each and every vending machine to update its bill scanner. The creation and installation of all these scanners can be extremely costly, so announcements of new bills are often met with consternation for machine operators. While roadside vending machines are iconic, people outside the country might be surprised to see how prevalently they're used in restaurants as well. Oftentimes, customers are greeted by a ticket machine at the front entrance where they insert money, punch in their order, and take the tickets to their staff.
Yeah, there is a popular ramen spot in Akihabara that I went to. You've probably seen pictures of it. It shows. I know it went viral for a little bit. It showed two girls in a maid outfit, and they kicked some guy in the nads, and he was keeling over or something like that. And I went there because they had this big thing for Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, and it was one of those places where there was her face at the bottom of the bowl, but when you walk in, there's a ticket machine where you tell it what you want, and you put the money in, and then they just bring it to you, and then they just serve it to you. It was really good.
Why did my brain go into the worst places imaginable for the whole her face is at the bottom of the bowl thing?
Ari?
Yeah?
How long have you been watching anime?
That's a fair question.
You're welcome.
Anyhow, the ticket, it also shows a picture from the Frieren in Osaka where you can get an ice cream cone in your ramen. There's something you don't see every day. You don't say every day. Anyhow, they're also used by independent restaurants since they can reduce labor costs, of course. But they're also very vulnerable to costly updates. Of course, these kind of upgrades come with the territory and are to be expected, but the timing of this particular change could prove devastating for a lot of restaurants, especially ramen joints. The main reason that the ramen restaurant's business is extremely competitive. Under normal circumstances, about 80% of ramen restaurants go out of business in the first 3 years. Yikes. In addition to the debilitating effects of COVID-19 on restaurants, we're now experiencing skyrocketing food prices, which are said to have more than double the cost of making a bowl of ramen. Never forget what they took from you. Despite the rising cost of ingredients, ramen restaurants are under pressure to keep prices the same due to aforementioned competition. To have to pay upwards of up to 1 million yen, or about $6,500 US, to upgrade their ticket machines while deal with all the other struggles will literally knock out a number of large restaurants in one fell swoop. It would take 6 months, according to one restaurant manager, of selling 100 bowls a day to cover that cost. Some local governments like Katsushika, Tokyo, have begun offering subsidies to cover part of the cost, but restaurant operators will still prefer 100% coverage since the currency change was unilaterally the government's decision. That's a fair point.
Yep.
There's pretty much 0% of chance of these new bills not coming, and doing nothing while waiting for government subsidies to come would be a really bad idea. So what we have is a game of chicken between restaurant pricing, while many fall by the wayside, either from raising prices and losing customers, or keeping prices low and losing money. This is a very shitty proposition for everyone to be in.
That's all I have to say. But I do agree that the government should handle the subsidies for this altogether, you know? Or maybe they'll figure out a way to actually upgrade the actual machines without having to actually replace them, you know?
Part of me just thinks like, oh, it could be just a really big firmware update, right?
That's exactly what I'm thinking, but you know.
But given the security measures, you know, anti-counterfeiting measures and bills, especially like American big bills, so like it's got to be more than that, right?
And I will say, I actually held a $10,000 yen banknote, and it's definitely way different from what it looks in the image. And right now, I still have like a $1,000 yen banknote that I'm showing off on the stream here. And the only reason why I still have this, because I just wanted something to hold on to as a remembrance of my trip. Besides the fact that when I got to the airport, even though I checked in on the app, I asked them to print out a copy of my tickets as a souvenir for myself. And eventually the goal is I'm going to put like a little thing on the wall with the tickets, the note, and like a photo and like the first page printout of my travel itinerary. So I have something like that, but that's what I want to do. So, you know. Anywho.
Yeah, I think I still have some yen coins from the last time I was in there in 2019. So it's definitely nice to just have some coins for or the bills for the memories, if nothing else.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I had a 100 yen coin and it disappeared because I had bought like a box of Kit Kats at the airport. I was just trying to kill off whatever bills I had left. But it's somewhere here. I know sitting on my desk here is a coin from a gacha machine, Playdate or something like that. You know, I'll probably put it in my pocket when I go back to Japan or something. We'll see. So, anywho, the next thing we're going to talk about is the fact that apologizing for threats do not get you out of trouble. Yeah, saying I'm sorry does not work anymore. Last Monday night, about 7:40 in the evening, a man walked into the Komori branch of a 7-Eleven in the town of Kimono, Mie Prefecture. Instead of picking out one of the many refreshing beverages or delicious snacks that the Japanese convenience stores are stocked with, he walked up to the counter where a 55-year-old clerk was working the register. Picking out a bottle filled with cleaning solution, the man sprayed the clerk and began shouting at her, telling her, "I'll kill you, give me the money." However, he left empty-handed, fleeing the scene without anything. What's more, a few minutes later, that same 7-Eleven received a telephone call, which turned out to be from the same man who came in and threatened the clerk's life, who said, "Saki wo gomen," which means, "Sorry about what I did." I'm reminded of what's his name from TNA going, "Sorry about your damn luck." But anywho. Casually phrased as it may have been, it's still surprising that he offered an apology. But growing up, just about everyone in all cultures is told if you do something bad, you're supposed to say sorry, right? But Japan has its own unique bit of folk wisdom regarding apologies, with the set phrase of "Gomende sendara keisatsu wa iranai," which translates to, if everything could be solved by saying sorry, we wouldn't need police. That basically means that Simply saying sorry doesn't magically make everything right, and sometimes you have to face punishment even if you express remorse for your actions. In this case, though, if everything could be solved by saying sorry, we wouldn't need police, turned out to be a literal truth. After the man, later identified as 47-year-old Nobuyuki Nagata, called the store to apologize, the police called him back at the same number, asked where he was, and went to arrest him. Wow.
Was he unemployed?
It doesn't say, but the last part of the paragraph says that he had admitted to threatening the 7-Eleven clerk's life, but says, I didn't want the money. Whether that gets him off the hook for attempted robbery charges, it remains to be seen, but at the very least, he's looking at prosecution for assault based on the spray and I'll kill you. Like, sorry doesn't always take things back. That's the main lesson learned here. Anywho, now we go on to our last story of the night.
Yeah, so that if that wasn't an exciting enough story for you, maybe Baku Festival is more your style. Cosplay in front of explosions and flames at the upcoming fiery Baku Festival. Experience the thrill of being an action movie star while posing in front of professionally controlled explosions.
That's cool.
That could not at all go wrong. I'm sorry. I don't want to be in an expensive cosplay that is slightly flammable where there are live flames. Oh, okay. I just think this is a bad idea. Just personally. But on April 28th, the 3rd annual Baku Explosion Festival will take place in Hitachiyomiya City, Ibaraki Prefecture, in a quarry often used as a set location for movies, TV shows, and music videos. The experience is sure to feel like a dream come true for anyone who spent their childhoods pretending to be superheroes in the tokusatsu, a special effect movie. The quarry, or Japanese special effects company Skytech, that's not an alarming name at all, also from Ibaraki Prefecture, is organizing the event with special attention to safety and detail.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Its main draw is the opportunity to take photos in front of 2 types of detonations. A napalm a napalm explosion that makes a big boom, and a cement explosion that fans flames and dust over a wide area. Do people have brains at these events? I swear to God. It's also the perfect chance to don
Barry?
It was either bring their brain or bring their 5th cosplay for Saturday. So
if your costume catches on fire, hope you're not planning to wear it on Sunday.
Barry,
it's perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
In regards to what you said about where their brains, I just have one question to ask you. How long have you been a cosplayer?
For many years. For over, it's been
I want you to think about that question and then ask, and then go back to the question you asked. I think question.
Fair point.
That answers your yes.
Point made. Point taken.
Yes.
Of course. The one brain cell between all cosplayers works very, very hard. Chat. It is wiggling for its absolute life.
Leave the orange tabby cat alone. Didn't do anything to you. And for those
the perfect chance. Oh, go ahead.
For those of you who don't understand by that, it is said that the orange tabby cat are the most scatterbrained, least intelligent of the cats. It is said that if you shake their head, it's like hearing a bean rattling around in a can.
Well, all orange tabbies share a singular brain cell.
Yeah.
Just the one brain cell. So if you see them like looking up into the sky, it's because they're trying to find a signal. It's also the perfect chance to don costumes or cosplays while posing for a variety of purposes. Please note that the participants are in charge of bringing their own camera equipment or hiring professional photographers to document the experience. Are you joking at me? The day will feature a number of time slots for different parties between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Each slot costs $194 or 30,000 yen for up to 2 people. If each person pays an additional 10,000 yen, the time slot can include up to 5 people instead. There will also be freestyle motocross shows on the day of the event for anyone who just wants to watch those without taking in their own exploding action shot photos. The admission fee is 2,200 yen, which I think is like $15 right now with the exchange rate.
It's 154.
It's like 15 to 17.
It's 154 yen to the dollar. So
okay, yeah.
2,200 yen is basically $14.21. And don't forget, there's always a 10%.
Less than I thought it was. Wow. Okay. Well, 15. I said 15. That was pretty close. I'd say with like taxes and fees, I'm sure.
It's only 10% tax.
Yeah. It's less tax, but that's
Well, I'm still giddy over the fact I got my Eternal Sailor Venus Q-Pos kits for 4,000 yen, which was after tax was like around $25. Okay, I would have paid 50 off of Amazon for both. God. Anyhow, please continue.
And that's it.
Okay.
That's all in it. That's all.
Honestly, I'm gonna be the one dumbass who's just gonna be standing there with like with a snap finger as the explosion goes off behind me, make it look like.
I'm sure there's going to be a few people getting video and audio like that, but man, you have to pay about $200 for the event, and then subsequently probably about the same amount or more for a good quality filmographer who has insurance. Because I don't want to be paying for a $3,000 camera if it gets exploded on. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just me.
Look,
okay?
I just dropped
That's just myself.
I just dropped like $115 on getting my lens repaired, and I'm basically out $90 for buying the lens because the seller didn't say how heavily it was used. I used it at Zenkai Con, and I had to send it right in for repairs right afterwards.
Wow. Yeah,
I'll just use the
people don't think about
well
that.
Back. Use the wide angle lens.
I'm probably gonna call my bank tomorrow. I should go down to my bank tomorrow and be like, I bought this back in January. What are my odds? And at that point, I should have just done it with PayPal. So I know from now on, anything I buy off of eBay, I'm just going straight to my PayPal for additional coverage.
Always go through a third party pay service because honestly, there's so many people now running scams and stuff that it's just you have to take care of yourself.
And then I look at the prices of some of the other lenses. I'm like, well, shit, I shouldn't have cheaped out. But I do have to pull the trigger on the Alyssa Milano J-pop albums because I want her to sign those at 90s Con next year.
Mm.
And I want that for my personal collection. So we're all done with that. I think it's time for us to get the heck up on out of here. What do y'all think?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
All right, it's time to cue that beautiful end credit theme song footage. So if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we're going to tell you straight up. And that's basically how it is. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. And don't forget to check out our website at Anime Jam Session, where you'll find our weekly podcast, anime reviews, editorials, cosplay interviews, cosplay tips and tricks, and links to our YouTube and Facebook pages of cosplay and convention coverage. So definitely check that out. And if you listen to podcasts or you're new to all this, you want to check out more of our episodes, you can find all of our episodes on any podcasting streaming app that is available to you. Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music or YouTube Podcasts. And please follow us on our socials. It's Anime Jam Session on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I have to eventually get to Blue Sky. Well, figure that out eventually. So follow us on those. So when you know when we're going live, when we have some brand new footage up, articles, and all that cool stuff. And our Zenkai Con report is going up on Thursday. So be on the lookout for that from Cinenight. It's a great article. Definitely be in the know for that. And hopefully by the end of the week, the Zenkai Con Idol Showcase and Masquerade videos will be available for watch on YouTube. Now, if you continue to watch and support us, down below are links. You'll find links to our tip jar, which is for Stream Elements, Ko-Fi, and Streamlabs. If you want, you can cheer us on with bits in the chat room, or you can sub to the channel, or give out a gift sub. Whatever it takes, we really appreciate all of that. So now we're gonna go around the room. Last words, Ari.
I still gotta get up early tomorrow. At least I have days off after that.
Oh, that's good. Barry, last words.
It is back to the grindstone, so I will see you guys around.
All right, Natasha. My last words is I gotta go through these Amazon packages and make sure these clothing fit for the upcoming wedding. So that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. It'll just be me and Ari, so hang out. It'll be guys' night in. We'll have a good time. We'll maybe brew up some beer or some sake or soju or something. So we'll see how it is. So anywho, I'm Ranma.
I am Ari.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Yamatere.
Say goodnight, Barry.
Good night, Barry.
Awesome. That's great. We're out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!